All right, War Robots fans, this is Bagofsoup coming at you with some fun games tonight. This is part two of a series I'm doing on the Gareth Showcase in Gold tier. As you may know, that the 2.5 game update came out this past week and had several improvements or buffs to some of the bots and guns. One of those being the Gareth. In part one of the video, I basically just overviewed the fact that the Gareth got a 4 km an hour speed increase. It used to max out at level 9 with 60 kilometers an hour. Now it's at 64. And that little extra speed really helps that much more to outrun aphids and orkins and pinatas and splash damage, to get to beacons faster, to flank the enemy, things like that. So I put two Gareths into my lineup. I have always liked the Plasma Gareth, pretty neat. Sometimes I take it out instead of the Galahad just because it's stronger with more firepower, but I like the continuous fire and the longer range of the Plasma Gareth. Compared to the Rocket Gareth, it's very good for hiding and shooting, like a Jeopard Pinatas kind of thing. So it's got some good survivability. And in round one, or part one of this video series, I was getting maps like Power Plant and Dead City with my Rocket Galahad, Rocket Gareth starting out, and he did well to hide and survive and do some good damage. But in the end, he wasn't getting pretty high or top damage because he just doesn't have a lot of firepower with just two guns. The Galahad would have more, and then especially a Griffin or a Rhino or Lancelot, something like that. But he did pretty good for hide and shoot. What I'd like to do, though, is focus a little more on the Plasma, which I really enjoy more and run more in my active hangar. So we're going to start a match and see what map we get. And I am going to do my best to not try to jump into my Rocket Gareth first if I get a close map like a Dead City or Power Plant. We did get Dead City, which I do like using the Rocket one more. But just for the sake of experimentation, we'll jump into our Plasma one and see how we do. I'm checking clan tags on both sides. Not quite sure what we're facing here. As you can see, it does move a little faster than before. Pretty close to what a Stalker would run, and equal to now the Jesse, which also got sped up in the most recent update. Just helps to get around the map. It's a great bot to start with if you're concerned about getting beacons early on in the match to start to gain an advantage. A Stalker or a Gareth. These guys are coming in close. What I'm going to try to do is use my range to start to fire into this Rhino, knowing I really can't do a lot of damage to him. But just kind of chip away at him and see if he wants to turn away a different direction. He's got rockets, so he may know he can't really close in on me pretty well. While this Griffin is targeting other guys, I'm going to go ahead and shoot into him a little bit. And see if I can get a little damage. He can't really hurt me too bad, so all I have to do is kind of run around and see about taking him out, but I want to maximize my shield, so you want to be careful with that. And also the Tarans take 5 seconds to reload, so try to be ready to go with your Tarans there. But like I said, Plasma Griffins are not a big concern. I'm really honestly not quite sure why a lot of guys run that bot anymore. You see some top-level guys that still do, but that's they know a lot, so we'll see. They provide a good reason why. I am fast enough to go help my teammates. I'm not going to go get a bunch of damage right now chasing this guy down. But, you don't want to have your home beacon captured. And, of course, for gold purposes, I can run over here with this Jeopard or Gepard and this other guy and recap this beacon. As we're all in the same region at the same time, we can get it that much faster and be back into the fight and go from there. But ideally, if you want damage, you want to go press forward and get to their enemy spawn point and start working on them. You just don't necessarily do that in a bot like this because he can't survive as long. What you can do is shoot into rhinos from the side like that. A lot of people wonder with a Plasma Gareth, what are you going to do when you run into shielded bots? And usually what you're going to do is you're going to stay behind the line of first defense with other blue teammates, so they're not the red guys aren't targeting you. You're going to use cover as well as you can, and you're going to wait for them to drop their shields to fire at somebody else, like in a Rhino, or to turn sideways to fire. And while they're occupied with your teammates, you can be working on them. I wonder if I can get to this beacon with this guy and sharing that beacon bonus. But then I'd like to get back to cover. We do have a dangerous Carnage Zeus. Of course, I've got the perfect shield to deal with him and get some work into him, which is great. Okay, let's see if he's got plasma. I'm not as concerned if he's got plasma, so I don't mind taking him on. And this guy's shield up, but I'm going to just throw some shots into him just to weaken that shield a little bit. Like I said, plasma Griffins are not a huge deal as long as they're not firing into your shield a bunch. So I'm going to reload my Tarans just to be ready. Use cover as good as possible and try to shoot some of these guys while their shield is down. Like this guy's got his shield to the side. He's not really noticing me. So I'm going to get into cover because somebody else was firing at me, but I can take him out. And like I said, this Galahad here, because he wasn't actively targeting me. I think I've already killed this guy twice, but I will continue working on him here. He's once again, he's aiming to the side. So this is just an example of how you can use a plasma Gareth at gold level and still work on bots and be able to take them out even if they've got armor and shields. Just watch out for Orkans, Pinatas, splash damage weapons like these guys. You got to just back off. Make sure you don't have guys working around your shield. He took my shield out, so I'm going to just try to use cover and shoot over him with my Taran and see if I can finish taking him out. And get back behind cover here. You know, this guy's lasted quite a long time. He's made it into the 5-minute range here. And as long as I'm holding center beacon, helping to hold center beacon, and staying out of danger, I got 1,000 hit points left here. I can be a benefit to my team a little bit if I'm doing that. 16 hit points. Let's see what I can do with that here. That Hydra's probably going to get me next. And the Aphid. So there we go. Let's go ahead and jump into our Rocket Gareth and see how we can do. He's better suited for this match, but what you saw me do is use my 350 range on some guys, and I use that continuous fire. Let's see if we can sneak up on this guy before he notices us. I use the continuous fire of the plasma to make up for the fact that I don't have a lot of weapons on him. I'm using my speed to flank around the enemy if I can, which is real helpful. And I'm going to engage my shield and kind of sneak up on this guy from the back before he notices me there, which was nice. Thank you, sir. Let's see if I can finish this guy off. I don't have a lot reloaded, so I'm going to kind of wait for a second so he doesn't have time to react to me. And I got a guy behind me I'm going to want to deal with, of course. But so far so good. So let's lock on. Always lock on targets, I prefer. With rockets so that you don't accidentally change targets in the middle of firing. Just kind of be ready, and you get kind of natural at it after a while. Always peek around the corners and see who you're dealing with, and see this guy's kind of... Ooh, that Aphid guy would be such a nice target. But let's just go ahead and surprise this guy. So that's what you're going to do with Gareth quite a bit, is just use hit and run tactics to get in and out of danger. We got to watch out for this Aphid guy. And I'm going to go sideways the second he shoots. Although I'd love to go see if I can take him out before the match ends. Okay, we got a Carnage we're going to have to worry about coming at us. So let's just kind of stay out of his range and see if he wants to come at us. And this guy made the wrong move here to come at me. Once again, I'm going to probably get taken out by that Carnage, but I wanted to at least lay into this guy a little bit there. So the match is pretty much over. We lasted 6.5 minutes out of 10 with the... 2 Gareths, so not bad. And we'll jump into our Galahad here and just see if we can finish out the last few seconds. Probably won't get a shot off, so at least this will help us to see kind of how we did overall with just the Gareths only. Probably not super high damage because the match ended in 7 minutes. Ended pretty quick. So let's take a look, see. That's actually not bad. 562,000 damage was pretty good. There's one of my teammates, and can't really jump in to join him now just because we want to do one more match real quick. But that's pretty good there. 562,000 damage with just the 2 Gareths only. That's all I had time to use. The match ended early, so if I'd gone in with that Galahad in 3 minutes to go, you know, who knows? Could have gotten up to 800,000, 850,000 damage. Who knows? I'm going to look at our second place guy here and see what he's running. So these guys are running level 9 heavies and mediums, level 10, 11, 12 guns. So these are some pretty good level players for my level, and I did outscore him. Now, there was a platoon of raw guys. We play against them a lot in silver tier, and I did take out one of the raw guys' griffins earlier, and the Zeus Carnage I was working on, of course, also, and the Galahad we took out from the side. And he was running level 8, 9, and 10 bots, pretty much level 9 and 10 weapons, pretty comparable to what I'm running. And we're just going to look at the other raw guy just while we're here. And he was running a level 10, 11 Lancelot, 11, 11, 12 Galahad, 10, 10 Carnage Zeus. So really, if you think about it, we're running against some 10, 10 11 bots, and just using these little pesky Gareths on a dead city, and ended up getting top damage for the match and almost top beacons, just missed it by 1. So that was not a bad start with the Gareths there. And just want to remind you, if you have any questions or comments about the Gareths or what setups work or any things that you'd like me to try, please leave those in the comments section below. And if you like this video, please click a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll let you know what other videos are coming up. We're going to test the Galahads next after we finished off with the Gareths, and go to the Griffins, go to the Rhinos, the Carnages, and try some popular Lancelots, Furies, and try some popular setups at Gold Tier and see what's working well. But as you can see, the Gareths are fast out of the gate to get beacons. Great for flanking guys to the side, as you saw me take out a few different shield bots by hitting them from the side or waiting until their shield went down. Dodging aphids, dodging splash damage, they do a lot of neat things. So for 1,200 gold, the same price as a Jeopard, not a bad deal. The Galahad's probably the best you could get out of the 3, but the Gareth's a lot of fun. So if you like a Stalker, like a Jeopard, but want a little more shielding, I would recommend just get a Gareth and try it out with the Plasma or the Rockets and see what you think. All right, well, while we're here, we'll just try one more match for fun. We got to start with that Plasma Gareth, and I'd like to try it again. Start with it one more time and see how we do with it, depending on the map, but we'll give it a shot anyway. What's also nice is they've got such speed that if you get a map like Springfield, which I don't prefer, I've got a lot of speed to get around for beacons, so it's not as boring that way. Yamantau is a great level to start with the Plasma first, just because it's a wide open map. I'm looking at the guys here, a lot of Griffins. So they're going to probably jump for center beacon. I should have enough speed to also get there first with them to grab it. And then they're going to be pretty much slowed out, so I can go ahead and run for the second beacon. This is one of those times where if you have a fast bot at the beginning and can get that first beacon, on this side of the map, you have a good chance to actually get 3 beacons to start the match out. You can get the first beacon when they all jump in, get your legs set and ready, and grab the second beacon before anyone gets over there. And if you can tell, I'm really the first guy in line. I'm keeping my shield sideways in case of snipers on the other team, but I've got a good shot before anybody else gets up here to actually get 3 beacons to not only help my team in starting the match, but to help win a beacon bonus. Now I am watching for splash range bots that can hit me from distance, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this beacon and get out of here while I can. I'm watching for these 2 guys over here. Let's see if we can flank this Lancelot to the side. Once again, when you're in a Plasma bot, you can't do a ton of damage against armor, but what you can do is try to flank them, hit them to the side. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to just run forever from this guy. I'm going to actually jump off the hill here because I want him to get closer to the line of fire from my teammates. And if he has to turn his shield to hit me, he might be vulnerable to fire from other guys. So that was the goal. I didn't take a lot of damage, thankfully, because of the speed. And so while he's trying to work at me, I can kind of hit him from the side and see if I can do anything to him. I do need to stay back out of 300 range because he does have rockets. So while he's reloading, I'm going to use this time. But see, what's happening to him is he's getting hit from the side while he's trying to deal with me. So that was probably a good call on my part to help him get taken out. And here's another great test of our bot here. Is he's not angling at me. I'm going to go ahead and reload my gun. This guy could be a nuisance the entire match. We've already got the 3 beacons. I'm going to use cover and try to close the gap and get close to this guy and take him out before he notices me or does big damage to us. He's trying to run away from me, but I'm doing enough damage to hopefully slow him down. I'm trying to dodge fire from this other guy down the hill. So I just worked to take out a bot that really could have caused us a lot of damage in this match because none of my other teammates would have had time to go get him. So that was real nice. And once again, one of the strengths of the Gareth is flanking the enemy. Even in Furies, you can catch a lot of guys off guard if you are real careful. So they've got center beacon, and once again, we're heading that way. But I've got the speed in this bot to really get around the map. Unlike that golem there, I've also got a shield to protect too. So we're going to just kind of pin this stalker down and see if we can help our teammates. He's trying to run in on our teammates. So let's see if we can wait for a decloak here and help out. I love to help out teammates that are having trouble being swarmed by stalkers and things like that. That's kind of my duty as a smaller light bot. I'm going to reload here. Is to help out. Now we've got a Fury up there, so I'm going to kind of mark his range. He's deadly to me, and I'm going to try to actually stay out of his firing range as best I can, and try to be hitting guys from the side while they try to come up the ramp. And that way they're forced to look 2 different directions. When they're heading up to center beacon, I can almost shoot through the holes there and see if my teammates can help take him out. This guy can cause a lot of damage to me, so I'm going to kind of bob and weave. He can bust my shield, but he's also just plasma. So right when my Taran needs to reload, I'm going to try to get around the corner here. I'm going to go ahead and just use cover as best I can. I know there could be guys on my left, but use cover to kind of corner shoot this guy and whittle him down as best as I can before he fully takes me out here, and see if he'll expose himself to my teammates, which is another great thing while my guns reload here. And we didn't fully get him, but we got about 95% of his health with a half-wounded Gareth. So that was a great run with the Gareth. We got 3 beacons, at least. Took out quite a number of bots there. Took out that Carnage Zeus way over on the left. Took 95% out of that Leo Thunder Mags. Took out the rest of that Stalker. Did quite a lot with that guy. And like I said, I like the Plasma most of all for the Gareth, just because he's good on open maps. Ooh, let's see if we can help take out this Plasma Galahad here. I want to make sure my guns don't fire into the wall here. He's definitely our target because center beacon's a big issue. I got to stay back from that Fury also. Just chipping at him around the corner here. So he's gone. That's the good news. Bad news is we've got a Fury protecting center beacon. I wonder if I can hit this guy from here. He's backing off a little bit. Let's time it here and see. There's several guys going at once, so let's just go ahead and see if we can grab this. And then I wonder if we can hit this guy down here and then back off again. I'm going to go ahead and back off. If my teammates will let me back off, buddy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and back off. He's targeting somebody else, so I'm going to use that moment to kind of sneak in. There's a Natasha right here I can be shooting into while he's preoccupied with my teammate. I'm going to put myself in between him and the bridge while I'm reloading. And if that Fury was still here, I could try and sneak up on him. I think he's gone. But let's see if we can help our teammate here with this guy also. Once again, you're not going to take out a full bot with a Gareth. I'm going to try to break cover just so I can protect my shield a little bit, which means I'm going to open myself up to sniper fire. But we did quite a bit with this guy. Took out a full Galahad. Took out half of a Natasha. Took out a full... ooh, see that Fury? That would be so fun to take out with the last little bit of health on my guy. So I'm watching for that sniper. Let's just see if he drops down. And I can go ahead and sneak up on this guy before a sniper hits me and take him out. I know I'm in danger of that sniper. All right, we got him. Let's just go ahead and stay back with our shield, and let's go around the other side here. He's just trying to take me out here. We have the beacon advantage even if they're getting a beacon from us. Oh, perfect. There's a rhino here. Once again, this is a good reason why a rocket Gareth would be nice. I'm going to just watch. I got to watch the sniper, and I'm trying to reload at the same time. So I'm trying to just stay below cover. But he's got rockets. But, man, we did a lot with those two Gareths there. So that's a good video there. We started with the plasma. We saw his strengths on this map, which is to get beacons. We got at least 4 that I can think of, and 3 right off the bat. This match is still real close, and we're down on bots, so we're gonna have to be real careful. I'm gonna let my teammates handle center beacon if they can, and I'm gonna try to watch this rhino come in this way and see if he's trying to make a run for our beacon. If he does, match will be over. If he doesn't, I can flank him in that Lancelot up here because they're going to be shooting into my teammates. So let me see if I can make a difference at all and try to salvage the end of this match before he even notices me here. Okay, so we did that. There's 2 Lancelots down here, but that's an Ancelot with the Ancel, so I've got to be real careful about him. Now here's a guy that's just kind of brazenly running at our guys. I might be able to actually help my teammates out and get some damage into him. One thing I do like about the Rocket Galahad over the Rocket Gareth is he does, let me get out of here, he does have that extra firepower and the extra hit points to survive. Huge difference. He doesn't have as much speed to evade targets, but he does have that extra firepower and hit points, which is nice. I better watch out for both these guys coming. We could almost get to center beacon if we weren't watching for this guy. He's got aphids, so I'm a little concerned that we're going to make it. We've got snipers on both sides. I don't quite actually know how we're going to do this. The only chance I have, I'm about to get hit by a sniper, I'm sure. We have to make a run at this Lancelot. But we don't have a choice. This guy's just waiting to hit me, so I might as well try to at least scare him off or do something to worry him. Didn't actually do much for him. I'm going to turn my shield sideways and just try to make a run for it. All right, so this match is pretty much over. They've got, man, that was my worry, is they did take that far beacon. I can't turn to face him because I'll get hit by this guy. So, man, what I should have done is gone back up and protected that left side because we had almost enough beacon bar to hang on there. But even though it was a loss, I think I did pretty good to show off some of the strengths of the Garrus, which was the whole point. So we were facing, a platoon of 3 guys, and one of them did pretty well. Let's look at our top red guy here. Not high bots. Pretty impressive what he did. He had 9 and 10 weapons. Fury Trident probably did good, and his Lancelots probably did pretty good. And so that's really impressive to hit a score like that. I give him credit for that. But he's averaging 600,000 a match, so he's obviously. Let's look at his setup one more time. He's obviously doing good with what he's got there, which is very, very good. Let's look at his other teammates here just to see what their clan's kind of running. Level 7, 8, 9, 10 bots, low guns. So that was a pretty even match there. But if you look at beacons, we were just a little shy there. But what was helpful for me, if we had won that match, I would have gotten top damage and top beacons, doing almost all of that in the 2 Gareths. So that's 2 matches we had in a row for top damage. Let's look at our second place guy, see what he was running. 9, 10, 11. He's got a Plasma Gareth also, similar to mine. So we did really good there. For solo matches, I think the Gareths are pretty great. Instead of a Stalker or a Jeopard, you can start with a Gareth, have a good shield on you, and have some good speed to get to beacons and flank the enemy. Stay behind your blue teammates, and you'll do pretty well and preserve your bot. Use the wall for corner shooting to save your shield. Open maps, I like the Plasma a lot better. You get a lot more damage with continuous fire and less reload. But in tight situations and against armor bots, those rocket Gareths are pretty decent as well. So that was two good matches, and for 1,200 gold, I think that it's not a bad buy. Normally, when you're farming, if you're doing about 100 gold a day, then you're gonna be able to get a Gareth in 10 to 12 days with your daily tasks like this. You're getting 60 gold a day there, so not bad for 10 to 12 days of playing. And let's just for fun, we've got a crate we can do. Let's just open a chest for fun and see what we get. Hopefully, it won't be another Gareth because I've already got two. Let's see what happens here. And nothing great, but hey, it's free and I got it just for playing. But I hope you enjoyed the video here. I hope you liked the Gareth Showcase. If I had to keep one of them in my lineup, it would probably be the Plasma, because the higher damage with continuous fire, the extra range at 350 to outrun jumping griffins with rockets at you. And you can shoot through other types of shields like Ansel's, Carnage, and Fujin, or hit shield and armor bots from the side. The rocket one's pretty good. He just doesn't have a lot of firepower, so between the rocket Gareth and the rocket Galahad, I would most likely just choose the rocket Galahad in that case. When you're in clan play, I probably wouldn't use either of them just because you're going to be dealing with a lot of heavier bots. I'd probably switch over from my Gareths to the Galahads, Lancelot or Griffin in that case, just because they take more of a beating and they've got a lot more firepower. But for solo matches, when you're running by yourself, you need to grab beacons. These are great investments to have. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the two-part video on the Gareth Showcase. If you have any questions, comments, any requests, you can leave them in the section below. If you like the video, click like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. That's it, and I hope you have a great War Robots day.